Hello everyone, and today is another, no, egg isn't cheese, is it? So it's not another eggy tutorial, it's a cheesy tutorial, and it's going to be macaroni cheese, my first time making it ever. As you can see, I have my ingredients: macaroni, grated mozzarella, plain white flour, grated cheddar, some milk. I'm not certain if it's meant to be whole milk, but that's what I've got. Some Gruyere cheese, but this hasn't been grated, and I don't have a grater, so I'll have to cut that. I'm not sure if you're meant to use this. I'm guessing you're not meant to use the skin for the sauce. Pasta, salt. Now I couldn't actually find any nutmeg, so I looked in Co-op and I looked in Sainsbury's and I couldn't find it, but it was a small Sainsbury's. However, this ground mixed spice is the only thing I could find that actually contained nutmeg. It contained cinnamon, coriander seeds, dill seeds, ginger, cloves and nutmeg. So I'm not sure the quantity, the percentages of all of these ingredients, but I'm sure it will be fine to put into the sauce. I'm assuming. It's my butter also. Now one thing to note is that I still don't have a oven-proof dish. I need to buy that pretty soon. But I still have my pan, so just like I put my frittata in the pan into the oven, I'm going to have to do that again for the macaroni. So I'm not sure whether to use my frying pan or my big saucepan for that. I think the saucepan might fit also, so we'll see. So as I don't have any weighing scales, I'm just going to guess the proportions, I guess. 15 grams of cheddar cheese. This is 200 grams, so I guess about half of this. I'm gonna just guess that's half. Need 85 grams of this Gruyere cheese, and this I believe is 200 grams, so less than half of this. I'm going to open this and chop it up. This is quite an oily cheese compared to the others. Well, actually I didn't really directly cut the others, did I? So as you can see, I'm just doing what I can basically. Well, I think I'll have to go like a crosshatch method. I'm guessing this is supposed to be thin, since in the video it was all grated. And now this way. I'm sure I've got the amounts completely wrong, but that's okay. The more cheese the better, as long as it's not a liquidy mess. You know, the type that you get in ready-made meals and in the cans, completely liquidy. But for some reason I prefer the canned liquidness compared to the ready-made meal liquidness. Even though technically they're both ready-made meals, you just warm both of them up. But for some reason, you know, the ones in the plastic packaging, on the pictures it always looks nice and thick, the sauce, and then after it's out in the microwave it's, you know, all runny and a mess. Need 85 grams of mozzarella. This was originally 200 grams. As you can see, it's open because my last video I used it on top of my frittata. Now I'm not sure how far up this was originally, but as we saw with the cheddar, they don't exactly, you know, fill up the package very much, so I'm going to assume this is still pretty high up, close to 200. I didn't use a great amount. Well, I kind of did use a great amount on the frittata, but not, you know, Not loads and loads and loads, not by my standards. So I'm going to put most of this out, I think. I don't know. That much? Is that enough? I really can't tell. Certainly looks like I've got more in my bowl compared to the video, so I'm just going to stop here and get on with the mixing. I'm not sure why mixing is that important at this stage, but here we are. We have mozzarella, we have that Gruyere cheese, and we have cheddar. The cheddar and the mozzarella grated, and the Gruyere I just cut into little pieces on my own. Adding my salt. Couldn't be bothered putting this into a teaspoon, but I think that's enough. Currently I need 400 grams of pasta. This is 500 grams, so I'm just going to put all of it in. There's no point keeping 100 grams left over. Hopefully it will turn out alright. I think I put extra cheese in compared to the video anyway. Only from the video, however. These are tiny. The ones in the video look really thick. Are they already cooked or what? Oops. Getting a little bit bigger now. You know, I would start making the sauce in here, but I'm not sure how much space I'm going to need. Will I need more than this? I know in the video they're using a big pan like this one that I'm using to boil the pasta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until this is done, drain it, even though I don't have a colander. I need to get one of those too. That would make it easier. And then I'm going to remove the pasta from here, and then I'm going to make the sauce. Now I was intending to put this in the oven, but I'm not certain about these handles, if they're oven compatible. And since I used this pan last time and it worked, except when it was accidentally on microwave mode and there were sparks flying all around the world, I think I'm just going to transfer it from that big pan into this and then put that in the oven. And I think that would look nice when it's done, hopefully. If it's done as it should be. Now, I don't think they're going to get much bigger than this. The guideline said 7 to 9 minutes, and it's been past 7 minutes. Why does it look so different to the macaroni in the video? I mean, what's the point calling it macaroni if they all look different? Is it just the shape? The size of it? I mean, I tried one that fell out of the pan of its own accord, and it doesn't really taste any different to any other type of pasta I've had, really. It tastes like the fusilli, pretty much. Tastes like the shell pasta. Why is shell pasta different from this pasta? Is it just the shape? I don't know. But I'm going to be done with this pretty soon, I think. And then I can drain it and start on the sauce. It's been over 9 minutes, let's take that out. And I'm going to drain it. Transferred the macaroni into here. And as you can see, that fills up the thing completely. And I still have quite a bit left over. So, I think I'm going to have to save this for some other time. And I probably won't even be able to put all of this in here, but we'll see. Once all the sauce has been added, I might have to take some of that out as well. So, let's get on to making the sauce. I need to find somewhere else to put this now. I guess I'll just move it into here. But actually I'd like to eat it out of here, so I'm not sure. Now let's get my butter in here, in my pan which now has bits of pasta stuck to the bottom. apparently 4 tablespoons. I think that's going to be using up all of my butter that's left over. I still don't know exactly how much of the spoon, you know, an actual official tablespoon actually entails. You know, what's acceptable as a tablespoon or not. I mean, I really couldn't tell you. I mean, is this too much? Is this too little? It didn't look like he used a spoon in the video. It looked like he chopped those into finely shaped cubes or cuboids. I put it on the pan to see it melting. Realised I think the heat was a bit too hot considering it was just boiling a minute ago, so I'm not sure what to do. Do my little plate, electric plate, because it's meant to be on low heat, and that was just on boiling to make the pasta. I don't want it to burn. Okay, so 4 tablespoons of flour about to go in. This is my first time ever using flour to cook. Such a basic ingredient and I've never used it. 1, 2, 3. Now I do hope it's not going to taste floury at the end. On another person's tutorial, I was checking out the comments and someone did say that it turned out floury, but I think in their method they added the flour. No, they added the milk first and then the flour, and someone commented in the comments that you're supposed to put the flour first and then the milk. So I have faith. I don't have a whisk. That's something else I need to get. So I'm just going to use the spoon. Now it doesn't look like there's a lot of butter compared to this. Looks like there's a lot of flour in here. This does not look good. This is just a clump. This is just a clump. It's going to assume that I need more butter, so I'm going to try that. I have no idea what happened here. This is not good. You know what, I'm going to put all of the rest of my butter in. Pretty much all that's left anyway. Why not? Now I did also read that they said the reason why this might happen is because of the wrong butter. Don't use spread, don't use vegetable oils, and to my knowledge this is supposed to be proper butter. This is meant to be, I don't know what, I have Co-op British unsalted butter is what it's called. So I don't know. I hope it's not messed up. It's looking better. It's not really that much to whisk though. And I thought I put too much butter in to begin with. And it doesn't look like a great amount in it. Could it be too much flour making it thicker? Be gradually adding this milk, and this tells me, wait, where is it? It's 1.136 litres on here. So pretty much I'm just going to use the whole thing again. Yeah, looks like it's starting to get clumpy again. Maybe I left it too long. too much? No idea. And as you might be able to tell, I can't actually whisk. Now it's gone all clumpy again. Why? I'm desperately trying to save this, and it's all just a chance. I'm making a mess. Try and get this up here. The milk in. I'm not feeling any clumps now, which is good. There's a couple of bits stuck to the spoon, but other than that, I'm not feeling anything. Except the milk spraying everywhere. Now it said to keep on the heat for 5 to 6 minutes until slight thickness. There isn't really any thickness at the moment, it's just thin. But it's been 5 minutes since I put it on the heat, but I'm not sure if they meant 5 to 6 minutes from once you put all of the milk in, or from the first minute you started to put the milk in, from when you put the butter in. So, it's just a guessing game for now, I think. Wow. I dipped my finger in there and it's certainly not very warm, so I put the heat up to 4 on the hob. I'm just going to let it warm up a little. Now I did end up putting it in for another 5 minutes from when I put all of the milk in, so now I'm going to take it off the heat. Now I'm starting to see bits of clumps. I think that might be from the spoon, I'm not sure. So, salt, pepper, and my ground mixed spice, which of course is in substitution of the nutmeg. Now I'm wondering whether I might have bought a whole nutmeg, because in the video he uses a grater, so I think I might, maybe I should have checked the vegetable area where they sell all the fruit and raw fruit and vegetables. Is nutmeg a vegetable? I have no clue. I think I put too much of this in, looking at the video again, but I'm sure it doesn't make any difference really, to the consistency of things. I do like more than less of flavour anyway. This thing really is quite rocky when you try and whisk it. It goes all over the place like a busy ocean. Really add 3/4 of the cheese mixture and then whisk until melted. Maybe I'll just use this one to whisk. Actually, maybe that's too big. Alright. Finding this quite tricky to whisk. I struggle to whisk even when it's perfect settings. This is the slowest whisk ever. can you tell if it's melted? Oh. I don't think the milk's gotten that hot yet to melt it. I just think it's slightly warm, possibly. Let's add some more in. Oops. I do hope it melts. 3/4 in, and now I'm just waiting for it to hopefully melt. That's what it looks like at the moment, but I just put it in. But of course, the longer I have to wait, the longer, the quicker it's going to get cooler. Hopefully it gets done sooner rather than later. Actually put it back down to the hob that's on, just in case, just to help it melt. Give it that push. Okay, I'm still getting clumps. Hasn't fully melted yet. I'm not really surprised considering I haven't been whisking very well either. So anyway, I'm just going to add the pasta now, because the pasta that's been drying out all this time. Because I can't really be bothered waiting for the cheese. And it looks how it's supposed to look in the video, so I don't want to put too much in, and I don't want to put too little in either. Here we go. Great. Oops. That wasn't meant to happen. Oh well, it looks like fate made a decision for me. So, give this a stir. Might need my big thing for this. Or do I? No. No. Great, now it's all stuck together. Help me. Is this going to be a disaster, or is it going to be a success? Actually, it's worked out quite nicely, but as you saw at the beginning, all of this isn't going to fit into that small pan, and I don't really want to risk putting it in the oven, this big pan, because of this handle. So I don't know much about pans and ceramics and ovens, so better not risk it out here in the wilderness on my own. I am going to put the rest of the pasta I had in here, because there seems to be a lot of sauce to go around. It's very runny. Definitely all of this is not going to be able to go into the frying pan into the oven, so, but it's okay, I can use it another time, next time. I didn't really want a really thin sauce, but we'll see how it turns out after it comes out of the oven. So here we are, let's pour it in. Ow, this is heavy, and the handle is hot, so maybe I should get a tea towel. Hang on. Here we are. Get that. Time to sprinkle on the remaining cheese. I don't think it would be the same without this cheese on top, because the rest of it's pretty runny, so good thinking whoever came up with that. You know, I have a good feeling about it at this stage. It's gonna be good. Positive thinking. It has to be good. Why would it not be good? Alright. And I'm gonna put it into the oven. I have to wait for the oven to preheat, as I forgot to preheat it. What happened inside my oven with those weird marks, because it's not really an oven. I got to it just in time. I put it on for 25 minutes and I stopped it when I had 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. Got to it in time. This seems to have overturned. Looks a little dark in places at the top, but I'm sure that's just right. I mean, that just looks great, doesn't it? I am very happy with how this has turned out, visually at least. So let's get into the tasting. I said I'm very happy with the way it looks. Now it's time for a taste test. You know, tastes fine. I think it could do with, don't know, maybe more salt, maybe more cheese somehow. It does taste a little bit plain, but you know what? I'm very glad that first attempt, never made macaroni cheese before, and I'm very happy with this outcome. Yeah, I think it just needs some more salt or something. Maybe some more, you know, seasoning herbs. That I believe in the video, in the description, it did say you can add in, this is just a very basic recipe for mac and cheese, and you can add in extra things during, I think, the part where you add the cheese. That's when you can add more things to it to spice it up a bit. So, you know, I'm happy with it. It's my first attempt ever. It looks right and it tastes perfectly edible, and I'm happy with this outcome. So, a success. A success. Just a bit more seasoning, I think. And I might try red Leicester in the future to make it, you know, give it a bit more colour rather than the yellow. A bit more of an orange colour, I think, would be prettier. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm not sure what I'll be making. Possibly a steak, possibly whatever else I can think of. So bye. To help out a bit, some hot sauce over this thing, just like that.